Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. Now, according to this account on Twitter, just to be clear, I've got no idea how reliable this account is. Somebody posted this screenshot in my Element group, so make of it what you will. But according to this Twitter account, Frank Warren's first show on DAZN will be a double header on April 5th, featuring Dillian Whyte versus Joyce and Lawrence Okolie versus Richard Riakporhe. So let's focus on Whyte versus Joyce in this video. If this fight is actually real, if it's true, then first of all, it's a good look for Dillian Whyte because he's been out in the cold since he failed that test that led to the Joshua rematch falling through. He's been scratching around fighting in obscurity. And last time out against Ebenezer Tete in Gibraltar, he looked terrible. So for him to be getting an opportunity like this, again, if it's legit, then it's fantastic for him. For Joyce, well, he's got a contract with Frank Warren, so you would have thought the opportunities would be easier to come by for him. Now, as far as how I see this fight going, a washed-up Derek Chisora had a lot of success against Joyce, beat him obviously, counter-punching off the back foot on the ropes. Bear in mind, Chisora is predominantly a front foot pressure fighter, but Joyce is so slow and his defense is so porous that even a guy like Chisora was basically able to outbox him or at least outfox him. And so with Dillian Whyte, he's generally a bit more proficient at that kind of thing than Derek Chisora. I mean, just take his fights with Chisora as an example. He was the one doing the counterpunching for the most part in both fights. Or how about the first Povetkin fight, which he lost, yes, but not before dropping Povetkin twice with shots thrown on the back foot. One of the knockdowns, Dillian Whyte's back was literally on the ropes. Povetkin was coming at him and Whyte caught him coming in. So that's actually been a better part of Dillian Whyte's game for a long time. Don't get me wrong, there are other fights where he's aggressive. Most fights perhaps, but he does have that ability to counterpunch off the back foot. It may not be the most graceful counterpunching. I mean, even when he fought AJ, when he hurt him in the second round, again, Dillian Whyte backing up and he threw a left hook. So yeah, it may not be the most graceful, but it has been somewhat effective over the years. However, based on recent form, particularly how bad Dillian Whyte looked against Tete, I'm actually favoring Joyce in this fight. If Joyce can use his jab more to head and body and use some educated footwork, and Joyce can move his feet faster than you would expect. He showed that when he fought Daniel Dubois. So if he can use some educated footwork and stick to his jab and not try and get too ambitious against Dillian Whyte and do what I think he should have done against Derek Chisora, then I think he gets the win. I don't know whether he'll stop Dillian Whyte because, again, he'll have to put punches together unless he lands an uppercut, right? We all know Dillian Whyte doesn't take uppercuts too well. So I'm not sure whether he'll get the stoppage or not. But yeah, I would favor him to win. Even though people say he's washed up too and he looked terrible against Chisora and terrible against Cash Ali and all this stuff, that's what other people are saying. I'm not necessarily agreeing, okay? But despite the criticism of Joyce's recent performances, to me, he hasn't looked as bad as Dillian Whyte has looked. So yeah, I'm going with Joyce. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who will you be picking if this fight does indeed get signed and announced? Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Are you surrounded by mindless bots in human form who adhere to the norm and blindly conform? Who swallow all the mainstream BS and actually ridicule you for questioning things? Do you wish you had more free-thinking individuals in your life to network and converse with? Well, look no further. We're right here. Come and join the Brotherhood of Reason on Patreon. You'll gain access to my weekly topical content where we take deep dives on an endless variety of subjects, as well as my vast back catalogue of podcasts, videos, interviews, movie decodings, and my Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You'll also get to talk and network with myself and hundreds of other people in our members chat. You can enjoy all this via the Patreon app or on desktop and download all my podcasts in high-quality MP3. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time, just like Netflix, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Just download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, or simply visit patreon.com on a web browser. Then head on over to my page and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. All the links are in the description box below. And just a quick money-saving tip for Apple users. If you purchase your Patreon subscription on the desktop site or on Android, then you'll avoid the ridiculous 30% fee that Apple charges for purchases made on the iOS app. So if you're on iPhone or iPad, save yourself some money by buying your subscription on the actual Patreon website or on Android because it's a lot cheaper. Once you've made that initial purchase, you can then use the Patreon app on your iPhone or iPad thereafter to access and enjoy your content as normal.